Hello, it's Fat Mascara. You know what you clicked on. I am so excited to bring you this Best of Fat Mascara episode. This is where we go into our back catalog, resurface some of our favorite interviews, and this is such a good one. We have hairstylist Jawara Wauchope, and this is such a moment in time. This was recorded in October 2018. It's so funny. I was re-editing this episode with our audio engineer. Everyone say hi, Enrique. But first of all, you can clearly tell this was recorded before we worked with Enrique and Red Rock Music. But at this point, we were still recording in a little studio. It wasn't even a studio. It was a closet next to Andy Cohen's dressing room on Watch What Happens Live. That's where we recorded. We had a producer there. The three of us would go into this little room with our guest, in this case, Jawara, obviously. But you can hear like Andy's dressing room door opening and closing in the background and people walking in the hallway. So I apologize for that. But as I was recording, I was texting with Jess because there's a moment in the interview. I loved this so much. We're talking to Jawara about Dyson because at the time their air wrap was new. And so he jokingly says, "Hey, Dyson, like, can you send me one? Give me a call." I stopped in my tracks because I know that now in the year 2024, Jawara is a global ambassador for Dyson. Like, I just love to check back in on some of the fabulous artists we've had on the show and see how their careers have evolved, see their new work. And this interview is going to give you a nice taste of Jawara's early career. Now, of course, you know who he is at this point. He's done some iconic British Vogue covers with people like Rihanna and Beyoncé. He worked with Solange for years. He's worked with Cardi B, Kendall Jenner, Bella Hadid, Erykah Badu. The list goes on and on and on. Such a talent. So it's really nice to go back and just recapture that time. I will say, we're very chatty. Our interviewing style had not yet evolved back in 2018. So this is going to sound a little bit different than the current podcast that you're used to. And I just want to let you know that's why. But this conversation with Jawara is so, so good. Let's just get into it.
We're here with Jawara Wauchope, but you can just call him Jawara.
Jawara.
The man known as Jawara.
Yes.
He is one of the most sought-after editorial hairstylists working right now. Jawara, you've done campaigns for Chanel, Calvin Klein, and Off-White, and you've also been working with Cardi B, and your longtime collaborator is Solange. I mean, the work you do with her is just absolutely gorgeous. And you, of course, yes. And you've been recently named one of the Business of Fashion 500. Bam.
Yes.
You could have been in
very
business
excited about that.
of Fashion 50.
Truly. I mean, there were a lot of folks, but I mean, they were all really like
Top tier.
Yeah, top.
Welcome to
excited
Fat
about it.
Mascara.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you guys for having me.
And thanks for making it, because I know that you're not feeling 100% right now. So we'll be kind. So I met you at Teen Vogue about like a year and a half ago.
About a year and a half ago.
And I was really taken. I remember our meeting, and I don't want to sound like la-di-da, but we meet a lot of hairstylists, a lot of makeup artists all the time. But you made such an impression on me because I was so taken with your approach to hair and your story. It felt so personal.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell your story because you're here, thank God. But it felt very much informed by like your family and where you grew up. Can you kind of like take it from here and tell our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Well, I think my journey, my journey with hair started as a child. I, instead of like playing football or basketball like all the other kids, I was obsessed with going to my aunt's salon and just sitting there watching her for hours and then watching her turn into, okay, sweep this hair and then sweep this hair and turn into, you want to learn how to roll a set? And then that turned into, would you like to wash hair? That started when I was 6 years old.
Where was her salon?
It was in Kingston, Jamaica.
Okay.
And this is at the height of the cultural reggae movement of like the dance hall era. So this is like,
oh, cool.
Oh, you're speaking my language. Sister Nancy there, was she a client?
That's my aunt.
Didn't I freaking tell you? She said, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah,
Okay,
my mom.
this is so
my mom
weird.
is a reggae singer. My aunt is a reggae singer. I have another aunt. who's a
okay,
reggae
I
singer.
literally have chills right now, and I need to leave
Wait,
the room.
okay, wait, Jawara, we got to tell you, because I told Jen last night or this morning or something. I said, Jawara, I said he came when I met him. I said he was wearing. Take deep breaths, Jen. He was wearing this T-shirt with this reggae singer, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" And you're like, "That's my mom."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?
What did I say to you?
And you said maybe that's like Nancy.
And I was like, I said Sister Nancy.
Said
I was
Sister
like,
Nancy.
watch it, like kidding around.
And I did an eye roll, and I was like, I think there are more reggae singers than like.
I just named
Sister
my
Nancy.
favorite.
I was thinking like
Everybody's favorite.
like just because he's from Jamaica or lived in Jamaica doesn't mean like he happens to know
You
your
said he was
favorite.
a reggae, so I guess my favorite.
I know, but I mean, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, mind blown. That's so mind blown. Jawara with all the hookups.
But this is where we'll put the music in.
Yeah.
Okay, no, just kidding. We don't have the rights to your aunt's music.
This is so cool. Okay, keep going.
This was in the 90s. Saying my age. And then, unbeknownst to me, this is like the big era of like dance hall. And my aunt was an avid like dance hall goer. She would go out all the time, and all of her clients in the salon were like dance hall queen-esque like women.
So your like salon was like
So it was like
totally like the place to
elaborate
be.
colored hair and like people dancing all day and coming in and out. And in that culture, in the dance hall, you get your hair done basically sometimes twice a week.
You can't go to the club with the same look the next week.
You can't.
Jen, I didn't know you were such like a reggae like insider.
Reggae, but dance hall.
Like literally,
it's
you
my
would have
thing.
to have a different. If there was a party on a Friday and a party on a Saturday, you probably wore different hair.
That's so cool.
Like
Good
a
business,
whole
then.
different. Yeah. So it was always packed, always. So that was my first introduction to hair, and then I moved back to New York. I was born in New York, raised in Jamaica, and I moved back to New York. And when I was 13, I started like doing my sister's hair every day, both of them, back and forth, like every single day, a different hairstyle every day.
Did they demand it, or were you like,
No,
let me do your hair?
I forced it on them. I would see videos. I would see like music videos on like MTV and VH1, and I would just be like, I want to try this.
What's a look that you wanted to try out?
Everything that Christina Aguilera did, everything that Little Kim did, everything that Missy
She brought Lil
Elliott
Kim to
did.
the concert I went to, Christina.
Yeah,
Aguilera,
I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's fucking
No
amazing.
purple wig, so it was
Yeah.
new Kim.
Yeah, New Kim.
New Kim. It was like another
Grown
person.
Kim. Grown Kim.
Go on. So those were great looks.
So so basically we would watch videos all the time, whatever like Aaliyah was doing or whatever Britney was doing or whoever at the time that I just would watch a video, I would be like, I'm gonna try this, and then I would like try extensions on my sisters, and like they were over it, but they always went to school looking great.
They should
So,
thank you.
One day my sister was walked in front of a salon, and she basically the salon owner came out and said, "Who did your hair?" And she said, "My brother," and she didn't believe her. And I went there the next day. So
How
I was
old
like,
are you at this point?
16.
Where were you when I was 16? My hair was like wrecked.
So I'm like apprenticing in the salon under this woman, and it was kind of like very, very. That's when I knew, okay, this is what I want to do. So then I spent a summer in Florida because my cousins own a chain of salon.
Okay.
I never realized how much like hair is in like my family.
Okay.
It is, yeah.
My cousins own a chain of salon in Florida, so I went down there to like learn how to properly do hair.
How was your technique? Were they like, you've been doing this wrong because you were like self-taught?
No, my technique was fine, but it's also like sterilization of things,
Like
all the technical stuff of like cleaning a certain type of way, as opposed to like when I was younger, just like
Pop it on.
yeah. Like,
Did you have to go to hair school to learn this stuff, or did you have to take a course
but I
or
did the
something?
salon apprenticeship first in New York, and then one in Florida with my cousins.
Got it.
And then when I came back, graduated from high school, and I had a moment when I said, I don't want to do hair because it's not sophisticated enough.
What?
Yeah, I was.
Wait,
like,
I'm confused. What?
I came back. When I graduated from high school, I applied to go to school to FIT. So I went to FIT trying to
Oh,
get
you were going to like, I'm going to do the corporate thing.
Oh,
I'm
like
gonna
a businessman.
Yeah, I'm going to do the corporate thing because, like, I just don't, like, I don't know what I was going through. It was so, now that I think about it, it's such a
Teenager
stupid thing.
Yeah. Did you think like I want to be like in fashion, but I don't want to be doing the hair? But I'm going to be like still kind of in beauty fashion.
Yeah. So I went to FIT and I got a bachelor's in international fashion merchandising.
Okay.
Spent 4 years in FIT.
Oh God, that's a lot of time.
And money.
Yeah.
Actually 4.5. And and then I was working in a salon the whole time, paying for FIT, working in a salon.
okay.
Oh God.
And then I left FIT and decided I didn't want to work in corporate fashion after I graduated.
Do you think that stuff helped you at all in your career? now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've learned a lot business-wise, like how to handle certain things. Especially, we did a lot of like market and like forecasting and all that stuff, and I still use some of that stuff
Oh yeah, that would be really
in
helpful.
what I do
and,
now. So
yeah.
that's why my approach to how I approach the seasons and the hair is a bit more like, I guess I use that and then I mix.
That's interesting.
So then I went to hair school. I went to Aveda, a cosmetology school, and when I graduated from
Down
Aveda,
right around here on how.
Yeah,
oh,
right over
nice.
here.
Oh,
And
Shout out Aveda Varick Street.
Aveda. And then after that, I was working in a salon, really good, successful salon, and one day I said, I want to start working session work, meaning like I watched Guido, I watched Sam McKnight, and so I like emailed their agents crazy, like I got a line to contact to the agencies, and I just started emailing, never got an answer, and then one day Guido's agent hit me back and said, okay, are you available for the Marc Jacobs show next week?
what?
And I was like, so I went backstage.
But you had a full career going at this point already in the salon.
Yeah. And I left that.
To go be the assistant?
Very humbling.
I was just going to say, you went from
It
like
was a
basically...
very humbling experience. And it's like I'm packing bags. I'm like, and on that team, there's like tiers of people. So I'm like new to the team. So I'm like on the
junior, like the assistant's assistant.
The assistant's assistant.
Did you want to
like,
be like, you guys, I have like 400 clients at my salon and I run
No,
the
because
show.
I think when you want to go into that, you have to go in very humble, and it's like I just think it. Everybody's basically like, oh yeah, we're all hairstylists. What makes you so special? Until I start doing hair, and you see, yeah, I can do all types of hair, and then that's what makes me special. And then I worked on that team for a while, did really good with that team, and then
This is the Guido team?
The Guido team.
Team Guido?
I worked with Luigi's team for a little while, and Luigi
Morano.
Yeah, he's amazing. And then I worked with Sam McKnight's team, and that's
All
when
the good ones.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I mean,
And
I'm
then-
one of them now, but
How did you, I mean, I'm sure people listening who are, hairstylists, they might be like, okay, you just call them and just say, I want to join your team? Like,
No.
how did-
I first of all, it took me a long time to get on Guido's team
Yeah.
at the time because it was like I emailed, no answer. But when I started working on Guido's team, there were people that were like jumping around, and they were like, "Oh, you'd be great for blah blah blah." And then I while I was working with Guido a lot, I emailed Luigi's team at Streeters, I think it was at the time,
Yeah.
and they finally hit me back, so I started working with him, and then I emailed Sam's agent in London, so I started going to Europe a lot and working with Sam, and that was absolutely life-changing and amazing for me.
So what was that like? When you said it was life-changing, how was that life-changing? I mean,
Because
besides
I
the
think-
exposure and
I think
all that.
I've always done hair at a fast pace because I've always was raised in a fast atmosphere, but I think with that it's like doing an elaborate style from start to finish with so many different processes that fast. It seemed to be a challenge for everyone, but it showed me that, wow, you were trained very... I think that training that I got in Jamaica was almost like runway every day. Like, you have to be fast. Yeah.
lots of sculptural styles.
Yeah,
and
everything is sculptural and everything is fast and people have to go and you have to
finish that braid. Like,
so
come on.
working in that, it kind of was like, wow, I'm glad I had that training and I, in that way with paste, and it was really great. And then I also learned how to manage teams. I also learned how to talk to designers, talk to stylists, how to be. It's not only about being a hairstylist, it's about also being a person that people want around, which I kind of realized working with Sam. He's so amazing. He's so sweet. No, I've never heard anyone say anything negative about Sam. He's amazing. And I saw that and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. So
We've heard
started
that from
doing
a
that.
few different people, right? Why can't I think of who has said that? But it's about the vibe or the personality that you bring
Absolutely.
on set, not so much.
Absolutely.
not so much.
Of course, talent matters, but
yeah,
who
yeah.
wants
Plus
for
the
8 hours? You
skill.
don't want
Yeah.
to spend with
if you're taking if you're taking a trip with
if
somebody
you're traveling for a shoot.
on a beach for 5 days and, we're shooting all day, you don't want an asshole around, I mean, no one wants to be around an asshole. I mean, I think in the past we've dealt with that because we've had to, but now people are not having that anymore.
Now you said that you when you got backstage or got in these shoots, you were working quickly and, doing all these like elaborate setups, and you looked around and you noticed that like other people were not able to do this as much.
Yes.
Is this something that you still feel like, I know when we spoke at Teen Vogue, you told me that like there's a real problem in the industry, or maybe in a year and a half it's changed. I don't know. You tell me.
No.
But
No.
About like people not being able to do certain hair types.
people not being able to do certain hair types, or maybe, it's just, I don't know if it's a lack of skill, a lack of wanting to learn.
I think
like,
for me, I personally took the initiative to, I first learned on hair that looks like mine. Mm-hmm. And then I took the initiative to learn all types of textures of hair. So I know your hair, I know your hair, I know your hair. And I think that we have a lot of people in fashion that only know how to do the hair that they have.
On their own heads, yeah.
And that is a problem because there's so many different type of models and there's so many different type of looks now. And I just feel like some people are getting like pushed to the side or not looked after that well because of not taking the initiative to learn all types of hair.
So that's I'm sorry.
You had a question. Go ahead.
So
I'm still over here thinking about Sister Nancy, so it's fine.
So is this? So they're at a disadvantage because they only know how to do one kind of hair.
Yes.
But on the flip side of that, do you feel like you ever get pigeonholed because you are like, oh, he's really good at textured hair?
I have been, and then I've figured out a clever way, which I'm not even sure, to get myself out of that because the industry needs to stop. Because somebody's good at something. Oh yeah, you do that, and then it's like
I
you
see
keep
that happen all the
doing
time.
that, and then you're like, "This is what I am now." And no, it has to be different. So I did when I first got on my own. Did start getting pigeonholed, and then I realized that certain options were coming in with the same type of casting and the same type of, and I just was like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this is about you, but just about the industry as a whole. How can we change this? Because I've experienced exactly what you guys are talking about. Been on set, you have the model and your hairstylist, and they like don't know what to do. Like a weave needs tightening.
I think
hair school needs to make sure you know this before you leave and get your license.
Yeah, but not only hair school. I think even within the industry, we should have workshops. We should have classes. We should have hairstylists and makeup artists get together maybe before show season starts, and just have a
really
quick
idea.
Little, here guys, here's the basic
like
tips.
the way a doctor does, like with
what I try to do. What I try to do on my teams is basically talk to people about like how to do certain things. And depending on how much time we have, I like to teach them. If we don't have much time, I just do it myself because I'm really fast with hair. So it's like I've noticed that there's a deficiency both in U.S. and Europe with just people being really versed with all different types of hair, and it's a bit alarming. The models have been over it for years. Nobody's been talking about it. Mm-hmm. I've been on shows as an assistant where I have a line of girls waiting for me, and they won't want anyone else to touch them because they're just tired of getting their hair burnt or fucked or
totally.
Sorry, I'm like cursing, but
No.
It's fine.
literally like the girls would be like, girls are getting taken off of shows because people don't know how to handle it.
Not because they're not talented, because they
Yeah.
have the talent and they just don't have the people to do
Absolutely,
their.
that's happened before.
I wasn't the boss in charge, but I've been on a set where they sent the model home, not because she wasn't gorgeous and brought her game, but because the hairstylist couldn't do her hair.
That is so sad.
Depressing.
Yeah.
That is so sad.
But at least there's been some movement that like the women cast in fashion shows are starting to be more diverse.
Yes.
And you had noticed, Jess, that you said to me like it used to be like, okay, here's the look. Like say it's Michael Kors and every girl has like straightened hair with like a beach wave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But lately we've been seeing a lot of designers, especially the younger ones, are like, oh no, that makeup can all be sort of like a look, but hair
needs to be different and
like their
individual, which
own-
I love. And I love it.
Have you noticed that too?
I've noticed it, and I've noticed a lot of cornrows on the runways this season. And
on
I'm
girls of
guessing-
all races.
No, it would, yeah.
Because remember that Marc Jacobs kerfuffle?
Yeah.
I just said kerfuffle.
Yeah, but it's kind of like
Kerfuffle
it's kind of
indeed.
like it
That was
seems
the
as if
locks.
it seems
That
as
was
if
the locks,
corn.
yeah.
I noticed. I was talking to a friend of mine, a stylist friend of mine. Won't mention the name. And we were like, "Did you see that on all the runways? Like the answer to like black hair was cornrows."
Oh, like it wasn't. They wanted that style. They're like, it'll make
And I
it.
was like, "This is interesting," you know.
But was it-
However, I think it's a beautiful thing, and I think it's amazing. I think.
Are you saying though? What I hear you saying is like, well, they wanted to tame the texture, and that was the way to do it.
No, I think that now it's looked at as a chic way of wearing the
see.
hair back.
Oh,
When years ago
like a
it
sneaky,
was not a chic.
sneaky.
Yeah, so now let's, and
Like if you need a slick look 'cause
and
the
some of the
clothes are
shows
big.
that I've done cornrows and stuff like that, and I think it's always looked beautiful. But I realized that now it's becoming the trend for.
Is it the new
But
beach wave?
it wasn't only black hair. I did see a lot of different ethnic models with different ethnicities. Models with different ethnicities with cornrows as well.
But not a white girl. Did you see a girl with a?
I did. I think it's important though I call it work cited, like when you used to do a
Yeah.
paper in school.
Yeah.
Where'd you get this from? I think it's just important to just nod ahead to where you got it from, or at least acknowledge where you got it from. Not to say you're walking around saying, I got cornrows, everyone, and this is from like West Africa, but
Yeah, how does one finish your thought and then I have a question?
no, but I mean, like, if you are posting about something,
Okay.
Let's say, hey, I love my new cornrows, blah, 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 inspired by blah, blah, blah. Not boxer braids, they're cornrows.
Right.
And not
got
Derek,
you.
whatever. Who's the lady in the 70s?
Bo Derek.
Yeah.
Bo Derek.
No.
Cornrows.
Yeah.
Fulani
She
braids.
actually posted something funny like recently, basically saying like, I know the history of them, and then she posted like a side
You guys
by side.
appropriated me, and I didn't want to.
But she's like, I know the beauty of where these came from. Like she was never saying that she was the originator.
Yeah.
But other people have.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I wonder, like, as when you're doing work backstage and you do a look, when you say work cited, can a stylist sort of save themselves, or just is the responsibility of the stylist today, because we're in such an interesting time, to say, this is whatever the look is, whatever it is. My inspiration is here, not just like, it's just cool and dreamy and I love it. Like, to just kind of dig a little deeper and show and educate
Absolutely.
people, since we're in this like stupid world of like click, this is what
Yeah.
I have holding up my phone, folks. For
Absolutely.
this is where audio fails us. But yeah, I think it's.
I think what people's thing was about even with cornrows sometimes is that at one point it was like, ugh, what is that? And
Yeah.
now it's like, oh, cornrows are so chic, they're so chic. And I think those people that got the ill earlier on in life, it's kind of like a slap in the face, and now cornrows are
You're like,
acceptable. Now
I'm
Kim
still
K's
here,
wearing
and I've
them.
still
You know what I
been
mean?
around.
It's like,
Yeah.
It's like when did that?
I think that's also what a lot of the tension is about as well. So I think it'd be really good to just start citing your work, where you
Work
got it from.
cited. I love that.
Work cited.
So let's talk about celebs.
Okay.
Celebs.
It's celebrity.
Okay.
Celebs.
One of your biggest clients is Solange, and you guys have this very cool creative partnership. Everything you do with her, I don't know if you guys saw,
love
but
her.
she's, I mean,
love her to
your
death.
work together is amazing.
Yeah.
The Times magazine, New York Times magazine,
Mm-hmm.
she's on the cover of it now, guys. Go check it out. I think we should post it on our Instagram.
Is it this week? I thought it was.
It's this week. It's
it's
just
out
gorgeous.
Day or
I mean, like, she just looks amazing. The hair looks amazing. Her legs look amazing.
Yeah,
Everything's gorgeous.
She's amazing.
But tell me a little bit about that partnership. Like, how did you guys come together? And like, do you guys just like send like inspo images together? Her hair always looks so different.
I think how did we start?
Yeah, like how do
Basically,
you know her?
she-
How did you guys become pals?
I didn't know her, and then one day I got I've always loved her since her first song that she ever wrote or dropped, or when I was young, and I think she requested me for the Grammys one day, and I was like,
Does she know me?
she know me?
Yeah.
And then when I met her, she was like, I've been following like what you've been doing, and I was like, okay.
Cool.
That's so cool.
So then, the first time we worked together, I realized that she's very creative and very innovative with her style and everything. And everything is just, it made me want to perfect my craft as an artist more, because it's kind of like her head is everywhere. And it's beautiful to watch her process. And she basically tells me what mood she's in. And I take that and I feel her out and I give her a couple options, and then we go back and forth, and then whatever.
What's like a mood word though? Is she like, I'm angry, or is she like, I'm in a
Okay, so
1960s
to give
Solange
you
mood?
so to give you like a more in-depth version, like, you know, for the Met Gala, those were sketches sent back and forth for the past like maybe like a week before the Met, and I made that headpiece. It was all braided. It was a braided halo, basically, with blonde hair, because at the time she had blonde hair. And she sent me refs of what she wanted. So then I made a mood board. And then she fell in love with the mood board. And she was like, okay, now let's do this off the mood board, but then take this part from that. And then, and so I did another.
It's a collaboration.
Yeah, so then I did
cool.
a sketch. And then it was like she's just, by the time I met her, what we had decided, she decided something else. And then we just worked like, she's just amazing in that way and pushes me as an artist to just want to be better and more creative. And I think sometimes I was a little bit too boxing myself in because I was nervous about like, and she's like, no, let's go for it. Let's do it. So I really appreciate
dream
working with her.
client.
That's
Yeah.
so
in
cool.
that way.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, okay. Celeb time is over. I just looked down at my question. No, but I saw that you had worked on the show. Celebs are over. Let's talk product. Product time
I'm
starts.
satisfied. I'm satisfied.
I mean, we could talk about Cardi B too, but like, I'm happy with Solange.
Yeah.
I saw you did a show. I'm not sure when it was that Dyson was a sponsor, and just because it's like in the news right now, whether or not,
I did.
Have they sent you that air wrap thing yet?
No, I'm waiting for it, and I hope they do.
Okay, because I wanted to see what you thought of
Dyson,
it.
I would love it if you send me an ear wrap.
I think we can make that happen.
we do.
No, they're already selling it. It was like a weird.
Yeah, but I think they invited like all hairstylists to come and like try it out.
I only know 2 hairstylists that.
Why
have
didn't you
one.
invite Jawara?
Well, and
love
also,
Dyson.
I'd be curious because, like, obviously you work with hot tools all the time.
Yeah.
And I wanted to hear what like a professional thought because I think it's geared more towards like
everyday
a lay
woman.
user. Because I think you'd be like, why do you need this? Because I have the skill to do this with
Yeah.
her palm.
Just picturing Jawara with the air wrap in Solange.
What's Solange?
Doing
like beach
what the
waves.
hell is this? Oh my god.
I was just curious because I wanted to hear what a professional thought. Okay, moving on. Other products. I just talked to someone recently about the prestige hair care area, which I think is really interesting because they were saying to me, like, it didn't exist 30 years ago. There were salon products and mass products, but there wasn't like Way, Vernon Francois, Briogeo, like this in-between kind of area of products. So my question is, A, do we need those products? And B, are they really better than the mass products?
I think each product really depends on the person and the hair. And I do think that some of those products saw that there was a dip in the market for certain things that maybe the mass stuff or like the special stuff wasn't still fitting certain hair types. So, I mean, I think we need them all, not all products, but I think we need all different level market products to kind of address the different hair that's out there. There's so many different types of hair out there, you know? So it's, we need them sometimes. We need them.
Do you think the price is worth it? Because some products,
It
I've been like,
depends.
oh my God, that shampoo is like
depends.
$32.
It depends, because I think it depends on what product we're talking about. There's some shampoos that
Let's
are very
talk specifics
Yeah.
then.
There's some shampoos that are very expensive that I love.
Tell us which
personally.
ones.
Yeah. What's in the kit?
What shampoo?
Yeah, what's in your kit?
In my kit or in what I use on myself? There's two
Let's
different
do
things.
kit first, and we're gonna get to you at the end.
Okay.
Okay, kit first.
What's in my kit? I
What's
use
the section?
everything from Bumble and Bumble to TG to I like this organic John Masters.
Oh yes.
Which product? That's the dark green stuff, right?
Yeah, I like it for really, really tight curly hair. Mm-hmm.
Do
But
they have like
which product are we talking about?
like a gel?
Like
Yeah.
the conditioners.
Oh, conditioners.
And the detanglers. for
What
that.
shampoos were you talking?
I like
referring
the
about?
John Master shampoos.
Okay.
I like Bumble shampoos. I like Orbe shampoos. I like
What's going into like ooh, go for
Phyto
it.
specific
Okay.
shampoos. I like their shampoos.
He's
a
naming
lot.
all expensive stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is
sorry,
like
guys.
really. But do you feel like what's how does it leave the hair? Why do we need to spend like $30 on a shampoo?
I don't think you need to spend $30 on
why do you
shampoo.
like these shampoo? Yeah, why do you like them? I know I'm putting words in your mouth.
Well,
why
I mean,
do you
those
like them?
Well, I get those shampoos, so
Yeah, yeah.
different. when
Listen,
you're
we're
getting-
beauty editors, we know.
When you're getting them and when
Yeah.
you're buying them.
Yeah.
Right.
I think a shampoo line that is good to buy, and maybe I'm partially biased. Seriously, I like Aveda for curly hair.
Okay.
I like
That B curly line is actually a lot of people mention
I like
that on the
Aveda
show.
for curly, wavy hair. I like...
Wait, here's a question while you think.
Uh-huh.
What's the most surprising thing in your kit? What would someone be like, this isn't a hairstylist kit?
Hot sauce.
Why? Just for your food?
Yes.
She's got hot sauce in it. I had to. It was easy.
I love it. I love
People
it.
laugh
I was, like, ready for you to be like,
people
it gives
laugh all the
texture.
time when I'm like taking out the kit and you see the hot sauce. in it.
What's your brands?
What, the hot sauce?
Tapatio,
Yeah.
Cholula,
No,
Frank's?
Tabasco.
Just straight up
Just
Tabasco. Because I'm a hot sauce connoisseur.
Yeah, I love spicy food. I didn't start liking spicy food until 2 years ago.
Okay.
So
I don't
now I'm
like
like,
spicy
everything is
food.
spicy. Well, I'm Jamaican, so we naturally have
yeah,
spicy foods.
yeah.
But
It would
yeah.
be odd not to like spicy.
Any cheapies that you like? Any like cheap and cheerful finds?
the cheapest ever. I love a cheap beauty supply.
Like a beauty supply.
Yeah, it's like my go-to. Everything. I use that that dry shampoo. Psst, that one.
What's it called?
PST. Psst.
Oh,
Wait, from now on I'm calling it dry shampoops.
drive in.
It's such a better name.
That's so. I was like, I don't know this.
They came up with like new flavors of
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
recently.
New
It's a
flavor.
good one.
Yeah, it's a cheapy,
scents, I
quickie.
meant scents.
Yeah, and
you know.
I love when you say flavors because you say it sometimes. It's
I
so
don't eat my
cute.
products.
No,
I do what I meant.
sometimes she says flavors.
But I mean,
Yeah.
I think I
So
mean
sweet.
scent or fragrance. Yeah.
I think
flavors.
one of the hairsprays that I used to buy that were really cheap was $5 for, is it the Tresemme?
Yeah, Tresemme.
That's
Like
a
if
good
you want to
one.
do a quick updo,
Oh, yeah, you're
$5
locked
Tresemme,
in.
you're all good
And that's
all
a lot
night.
in that can.
Yeah, and they have like different levels of like strength. Love that one.
What about you personally? Not just hair, but like if you like product, you like products. So
Yeah,
what are you
beautiful
using?
skin.
Thank
What's on
you.
that skin?
You think so?
Oh yeah, your
I thought
skin's
I think I
beautiful.
need work, but okay.
No.
You've been in the business too long.
What do I use? I use Aveeno Positively Radiant.
Why is that funny to me? It is.
It's funny to all of us. I don't know why. Because who's the face of Aveeno? Isn't it like
Jennifer
Jennifer Aniston?
Oh, Jennifer
Aniston. Oh my god.
Aveeno Positively Radiant.
For your facial skincare, not even like
For
body
my facial
lotion. All
skincare.
right, that's
And then
I thought like
classic.
zipping around with like Sam McKnight, you would be like, I don't know, I really only use SK2 now, or like. I'm surprised. The Aveeno
I have
really
my
threw me for a
times.
loop.
I have my times.
Okay.
What else do I use in my face? I use
or not just face. I just meant other than hair.
Yeah, like it could be like body, like candles, your fragrance, like what's keeping you in business right now?
What clears my skin off really good is the really natural raw African black soap. Sometimes when you see like the raw African black soap by itself, it just looks so like weird. And in the bathroom, it lathers like black.
Yeah.
So like you see like it looks like dirt running down your drain.
Yeah.
But the skin just always looks amazing and just like looks really good.
do you do a fragrance?
Yes. I do 4 at one time.
Whoa.
Yeah, I do.
This is a
I do
fat mascara
squirt
first.
of Tom Ford Black Orchid, and then I
Okay.
do a squirt of the YSL Home,
Okay.
and then the Prada. I don't know the name of it, but it's a Prada fragrance, and it's purple,
Okay.
and it's in a clear bottle. I love it, and it has like a silver thing on the
The
bottom.
iris one?
Is it in like a
It's in a-
rectangular?
Yes,
Okay, the iris.
yes.
Yeah.
And then Chanel Blue,
You're layering all these forces.
and they're like different scents. I'm nuts.
and no one like what
And then
kind of commentary have you
if I
gotten?
don't wear that together, then I wear a little Egyptian musk on my right.
Yeah, from the corner store.
Wait, what kind of feedback have you gotten for this? Like,
You smell
this,
amazing
really?
all the time.
I mean, obviously it must be positive if you're going to do this, but I would never dare take like
Those are
4
big fragrances.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are
And they
whoppers.
all smell completely different.
Black Orchid alone is
It's
like
strong.
baby. That is strong stuff.
Wait, you didn't do it today because you're sick.
No.
probably.
If I did it now, I'd be in here like,
Right, and
Yeah.
then you walked in. I definitely didn't.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel
But
like
it just works with for some reason, it works with
your
my body
chemistry,
chemistry. Yeah.
this is an expensive recipe, but I think it's one we need to replicate at home.
I'm
and
gonna get
try.
all 4 and see
Yeah,
what
that's
happens.
like you might be wearing the world's most expensive cologne without
It's like
realizing.
$1,000 worth of cologne at once.
Oh my god! Oh wow, that's
It's
a
amazing.
doozy.
I feel
Whoa.
moisturized. Do you feel better? Do you still feel sick? Wasn't this rejuvenating?
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel a
damn
little
it.
bit better. I feel a bit better.
Oh, you feel better. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
This was so
Jawara,
fun.
thank you.
Thank you for
so
having
much.
me.
So many good picks.
Yeah.
So many good tips.
Thank you guys for
Mwah.
having me
Thank
so
you.
much.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
It's your reviews and feedback that help us make the podcast even better. Head over to iTunes to rate and review us, or email your thoughts to info@fatmascara.com.
We also want to answer your beauty questions and hear what products you love. To share a Razor One product review or to ask a beauty question, email us at info@fatmascara.
If you send it as a voice memo file, we can even share your voice on the podcast. You can also do that by leaving us a voice message. Our phone number in the United States is 646-481-8182.
Thanks so much for listening.